Hey everyone, welcome back to Is Your Six Covered? I'm still driving. Seems like forever. At least I'm headed on my way back. So, I'm halfway done. I'm here today to talk about security systems and home protection and some of the thoughts that may come around and things to think about. So, for some of you guys that are just getting into preparing yourself, in case there's a home intruder or home invasion of the zombies, the big zombies. That's just the dumbest thing I heard. But let's think about this. You buy a gun, heck, you buy 400 zillion guns, right? Because you're worried about the zombie apocalypse. Well, before that can ever happen, hopefully it never does, things to think about are you may have just a regular home intruder trying to, some thief trying to steal your, your wife's magic $1,000,000,000 vase, let's just say. Well, you go out, you buy a gun, you get proficient at it, you use it. Let's just pretend you have no kids, so you can have your gun right next to your bed, not in a locked box, none of that kind of stuff. So you're just quick, you're ready to go, right? But you never thought about the other things that may come into effect. Like, what happens when I wake up and the home intruder is at my bed, basically right next to me? Well, if that's the case, it's too late. Now you get to wrestle around and hopefully win and survive the horrible situation at hand. But before, we had more options before that was to happen. And we had the ability to go out and do some upgrades to our homes. Now, if you were the guy that bought, or gal that bought $400 zillion worth of ammo and 400 zillion different types of rifles and handguns, well, that's good. Just make sure you have the money and the ability to protect the outside of your home as well. We're going to talk a little bit about security systems, surveillance cameras, and motion detectors. So let's think of our house as a castle. In our castle, we want plenty of barriers. And some of those barriers can be first line of defense, let's just say starting from outside in, can be motion detectors. Okay, motion detectors go off, it lights up, it shows the perpetrator or the person trying to break in. That can hopefully scare them away. So hopefully you guys out there have some motion detectors with lights. And if you really have the ability, some motion detectors, now we're getting high dollar, but motion detectors that will sense an alarm and send it back to your house. Okay, so let's just say we got the basics. We got a motion detector with just lights. Some of them out there have actually small chips that you can put a microchip in or SD card, and it'll take pictures of each time it's motion, which can be great. So if you wake up and your car's broken into, you can at least go back and get pull the chip and maybe get some good pictures of the person that's broken in. Next step, is depending on where you live and how your house is, you may have a fence. If you live in a housing tract, usually the back of the house is gated, but not so much the front. So if you have the ability, a nice gate to keep people from driving up to your driveway, if that's your case, or a nice wall for them. Not having too many hedges and that kind of stuff for the guys to hide behind. And then the next step, I'd say, would be security cameras. Security cameras are good because they have the ability to, record video. They'll motion and turn on and record and basically get all the information at hand. Next thing is alarm system. So now we're headed into the house. we have an alarm system. Now, an alarm system has definitely some pluses and minuses, and I'll go over some of those. But having an alarm system is definitely a bonus. I mean, yeah, some of them are pretty expensive. Some are nice because you can arm them when you're away. You can turn lights on, that kind of thing, to help let those people, the bad people, think that you're home, so they're not gonna, they're hopefully not gonna break in and try to attack you or whatever. So they're the Androids and the iPhones, you can activate them, turn them on, turn them off, that kind of stuff. But along back to more of the basic systems of alarms, you have the stay and away. So when you're at home and you have your alarm system on, it basically minuses or disconnects your motion detectors. Well, the motion detectors are the thing that should activate when somebody breaks in. So depending on how your house is set up, like a friend of mine has an alarm system, and his alarm system, when he hits stay to go to bed, the motion sensors are deactivated, and he doesn't have any window sensors on his windows. So basically, the bad guy, the thief, let's say, or the murderer, whatever you want to call him, could basically pry open a window and walk around your entire house without anybody ever knowing. And the reason why is because most systems don't have the windows set up to go off, or they don't spend the money to get the sensors put on the windows. Now, the alarm system while you're gone, which basically is only a quarter of the reason why you'd want an alarm system. You want it to protect you and your family more than anything. I would say that that's only 25% of its capability, because you're basically turning off the most important part of your system, and that is to notify you when people are walking around your home. But again, back to the away. Now your motion sensors are on, and if somebody breaks into your house through the window, let's say, because most people have them on all the doors. So if the bad guy is going to break in through the door, your alarm system will go off. It'll wake you up. It'll give you time to hopefully grab your weapon and hopefully defend your family and yourself. Back to the other scenario. You're gone. The alarm goes off. They break in. They steal stuff. Sucks to be you, but you don't have to worry about dying. So that's a good thing. So think about the layers. Think about what don't spend a whole bunch of money on ammo and guns unless you've thought of the other things of protecting the exterior of your home and being able to be aware of your surroundings and being able to notify the bad guy that they see lights, they see cameras, they see all the different types of alarm placards and security signs and all that other BS. But those are the things that are going to help you to have those guys move on to the next house. That way you're safe in your castle. So I hope this helps. Just something to think about. Hopefully you guys all have everything we talked about. If not, that's something to think about, something to work on besides, saving food and water. And don't get me wrong, all that stuff's important, but in the long run, all of that's going to need to be put together as a big package to help you and your family stay safe. So again, take care. Hope you like my video. Please subscribe. Please give me a like. I could sure appreciate it, especially after driving 9 hours. So again, have a good one, and is your 6 covered?